What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simulation for the Nation, and welcome back to the West Coast, where today we are playing with a toy that doesn't belong to us again. I got a phone call from one of my sales managers, really, at the dealer, and they mentioned that they've got a few. They've actually started to sell and represent a new brand called Laumetris, I believe. And they had a 8-meter, I believe it's 8-meter cultivator in stock that they'd like to start to play with. So, I had a couple of questions. First of all is it free? And the second question was, if it is free, when can I come and pick it up? And so, right now, on the back of our tractor here, you can just see in the wing mirror, that's the edge of the rollers there, we have got our 8-meter roller on the back. Now, we are just taking this up to some of our land that we're direct drilling down in the south of the region. We need to just give it a quick pass over there, just to compact it down a bit, really, and even out the seed bed. And once that's done, we'll be able to come in with the drill probably tomorrow. We're just finishing up some land over by Little Woolhope on the far side of the village, so that should be finished in the next hopefully by the end of today. I've half ploughed one more field that I need to go and jump back onto, but we'll finish that one up at some point in the rest of the day. So we're going to come back to that in a little while, but I thought we'd just have a quick blast through one of the fields up here with this, whilst we've got it for free, and just see what we think of it. So we're just going to swing into here. So as you can see, just to give you an idea where we are, we're currently down the south, as I mentioned here, and we're going to pop into this field on our left. And now we just need to give this a quick pass over, really. In fact, no, we're not. We are gonna go over to the right here instead. I think that's what I want to do. So we're gonna go into 61, which I believe did have barley, and now we're gonna put it back into some OSR here. So we'll see how this is looking when we get into it. There are quite a few fields around on this end of the farm that we still need to work on. We are going to get to those, like I say, in the next few days. But for now, we just need to we're over at the other farm. We're getting cracking on as quickly as we can there. We're making really good time, actually. So we'll just we'll keep plugging away through there. We've drilled mostly at the moment that we put 2 big fields of canola in, and the rest of it we're looking into is mainly spring barley and spring wheat. So we'll be continuing that theme over at this side with a predominantly high level of spring wheat and barley. Isn't the Massey looking great on a night like tonight? Sensational. So in we come. So as you can see, there's quite an impressive looking piece of kit on the back here. We're just going to kind of swing out a little bit, give ourselves some more room to unfold the beast. That'll do it. Okay. Stop there. Whilst we're here, just engage 4-wheel drive. Put the diffs in. So, as we watch this unfold here, we just have conventional Cambridge rollers on here. Although what I do like is we have those 2 metal boxes on the front for stone collection. I think that's a really unique little feature. And they're hydraulic as well. I did have a few issues connecting the cables onto the back of the tractor, but they're in now and everything's working seamlessly at the moment. Just gonna have a look to see if there's any other features we don't know about. Nope, perfect. Alright, so we're going to head down to the end of the field here. Just put a bit of speed down. So working with... Now this is where we want to make sure we get ourselves set up properly. So we're going to give ourselves a good, nice straight run. Bear that. Okay, so we got our GPS set up there, we're in our track, got rid of that. Lower our implement down and we are away. So it is quite a big piece of kit that it does demand quite a lot of power. I think my dealer Colin said it was in the region of around 200 horsepower. Fortunately the Massey here has more than enough. but it's something that's worth considering for the future. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to run over this stubble here, kind of presses it down, evens out the soil base a bit there, make sure we've got a nice firm bed for planting. It's doing a great job at the moment, so we're just going to let it roll all the way through. We're going to take in some of the sunset as we proceed. It's not going to take us too long to get everything finished, but we'll just keep on pushing our way through. And once I get past this run here, I will start to go alternative routes just to make it a little bit more efficient with the old GPS here. You can see we've got our cell phone tower in the distance there. That's flashing away. That keeps flashing on with its. I assume they're kind of like. I assume there's some form of aerial navigation warning or something like that, or who knows. So far we've been very lucky with the conditions here. We've managed to, like I said, we've got a lot drilled, and the ground's been very good actually. We didn't have that much in terms of, there wasn't a lot of frost on the ground, so we were able to really establish these spring crops very quickly, and we have a lot to do because all the ground was left open and fallowed, so we had a lot of crops that we needed to plant, but we were able to get through a lot of them very quickly. So all being well, as we continue here, we should be able to make some great inroads. Probably in the next 3 or 4 days there, we should get everything finished up. And then we'll be in a good place to kind of... at the moment, we're starting to put nitrogen down onto our grassland, but we really need to kind of kick that effort up a little bit more. Right now, the sheep have finished lambing, so they're in good places. They're just going to hang on in the shed until it warms up a little bit, and then we'll kick those guys out as well. And we'll be laughing all the way through to harvest. I can't wait to get to harvest either. It's been a long time coming, and I want to use my new toy. So we really need to get in there and fire up the Lexion and get her out. So we're just going to miss a strip. And come back down here. Lovely. We're making stripes today, people. We are making stripes. How about that sunset though? Isn't that a thing of beauty? Like looking over the old castle there on the coastline. So right now we're kind of comfortable at about 8 or 9 miles an hour given the terrain, but we're doing okay. There's nothing too strenuous about this field. I could push it onto some of the land we're currently drilling right now, and that is well, that is extreme to say the least, so it would probably struggle in a completely different way. But on this relatively flat land, we're doing alright. Ooh, GPS had a little bit of a swing there. The reason we kind of miss a line out, or kind of go every other row, is it's a little bit more of an efficient process when we're driving. It means that we can take a nice gentle turn, and we're not having to put cuts in or have to reverse, which becomes quite inefficient. With this, it's one fluid movement with nice, efficient, consistent speed, and it makes it all kind of all that little bit easier on the tractor, really. And we still cover the ground very quickly as well. And personally, who doesn't like, in my mind, who doesn't like making stripes? I think this is always pretty cool. Despite however many times I actually do this, I'm still amazed when everything marries up perfectly and you completely cover all of the field. But we're very impressed so far with how this is all working out. It's a heck of a piece of machine, very big. So how are you all today? I hope you're all very, very well. This is coming to you on Saturday, but it is being recorded on what are we now? We are Thursday today. So, yeah, I'm always a little bit behind there, but I always do like to know how you're all doing. Welcome to all you new guys who have joined. Welcome to the family. Hope you're all doing very well. Nice to hear from some of you and hear your kind words as always. So if you do have any comments or suggestions or anything you'd like to see in any of these series, then do just give me a little comment below there and we'll see what we can make happen for you guys. I like to make this kind of as inclusive as possible. So now we'll just swing back up there. Right. So this land up here is very light anyway. It's kind of boys' ground really. It's taken very little to work over, and it will be established very easily. We've never had any problems drilling up here. It's very sandy, I think, up here. So when we have good sand, it means there's good drainage, and helping the fact it's on the top of the hill means that we really do get some good ground quality here. So this should have no problem being established. We're getting into like mid to late spring, so it's there should be no problems with that. Well, no, early to mid-spring really, I guess is probably more fair. But still, we should be established here, no problem at all in the next few, by the end of this week, and then we should start to see some growth coming through. Certainly within about 10 days, I would say. And there we go. We'll get ourselves squared up, and we are filling in the lines. Get some lights on the show, there we go. So right now I currently have a set of rollers which aren't quite this wide, they're about half the width of this. So something that of this length could really be a good look. It's something I might have to think about. Can't really afford them at the moment, but it's always nice to have an idea of what's there and what's on the market at the moment. I wonder if you can quite see where... No, you can't quite see where Jamie is. Jamie's having a great time working in the drill at the moment, so he's loving working in the Vario, as he really should do because it's a heck of a machine. But he's more than happy to just keep sitting away drilling up there. So if he's happy, then he can stay there for the time being. Oh, I'll cut that one a bit short. Never mind, we'll catch that in the headland. And up we come again to the end. And up we go. Perfect. So right now we have, as you've seen in our previous videos, if you haven't, I'll put a link to it at the very top here, hopefully, if I remember to. We are up and running with our straw facility. We're just waiting on another load of straw to come through so we can actually start with some processing. I have put a very expensive order in for some more straw to come, so we should see that in the not too distant future, but it's we're going to make a good start there, and then we'll be able to get the balls rolling really. We really need to just hang on and wait for our harvest. We've got a lot of cereal crops in the ground at the moment, or we will have even more in the ground, so we'll be baling pretty much all of that with the specific intention of putting it towards the straw facility. So we need to really see a nice good dry harvest so we can actually get that all in. That's what we're going to be relying on. A little bit of rain towards mid to late spring would be great just to help establish the crop. and then we'll be back on. But yeah, we just need to hang on really. Okay then guys, I'm just going to finish up this little bit here. We'll do the headlands, and then I'll come back to you once I'm finishing off the headlands, and we'll have a quick summary of the rollers here, and then we need to go and crack on with some other tasks. So we'll come back to you in a second. Alrighty then guys, we're just finishing up the second time round the headland here. We might have a few passes we need to come into on the ends just to narrow up and tidy up everything, but we're looking alright for the time being. This is a very, very nice cultivator. Cultivator, roller, hybrid, whatever you want to kind of classify it as. But I'm very much enjoying using this actually. It doesn't feel like you're pulling it, if we're honest. It feels effortless to pull. So we have to come up and tidy that end back up there. But it handles very well there. When you're on the road as well, it is a heavy duty cultivator, but again it doesn't bounce around like one, which is great. I really have had some poor cultivators where they just handle like an absolute pig when you're bouncing along a road. So this is very good. So yeah, overall very impressed with that. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and see if one day we can afford to replace our current setup as we continue to expand, but at the moment we definitely won't be doing that. But it's always worth bearing in mind. So for now we're just going to wrap up these headlands here, get everything tidied up, and then we're going to shoot on out. Been hearing today that there's a software update out for a farm sim, which has been causing a few different issues. It's primarily focused around kind of controller support, the issues are at least. I don't know what Giants did in terms of the software update, but that's where everyone's experiencing their problems. But what I found at the moment, I'm using a controller, and I found that I'm able to continue to use everything. When I do initially start up into the game, there's an issue. The controllers just aren't recognized or won't operate at all. However, if you disconnect when you're at the kind of initial screen and reconnect your controller back up, it will work. So maybe if you guys are experiencing those kind of issues, then give that a go. That might certainly help you. It's something to bear in mind. But I know that they'll no doubt be working on this fix to the solution, and they'll roll that out very quickly. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that I'm having some issues there as well. But so far, at least, touch wood, I should hopefully have resolved all those. So it's odd, we were expecting rain today. I don't know where it's gone or if it's coming. We still haven't got much of a shower at all. It must be coming at some point soon. And it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to get a half a day's rain just to kind of bed in these crops that we've recently finished drilling. And what we're going to have to do here is take this back to the yard. I think the truck's up at the main yard, so I can take that over to swap with Jamie and let him come home, but we'll have to go and see that. I'm going to bring the Fent home, and we need to get that fueled up, and then I believe the Fent's going to come from there over to here to this to River Rock and park up there, because we haven't quite finished up the ploughing that we need to do over at Little Woolhope, so we'll finish that first, and then we'll obviously come back over. But for now, we're just going to take this little last strip up here, and then we'll call this field done. Alright, and as we see again, they load up there. There's a bit of a bias on the fluid control for the hydraulics. That seems to pull in that right, as we look at it, the right arm at least. But they fold up relatively quickly there anyway, so it's nothing to be too concerned about. So each one of these rollers kind of operates independently and has its own pivot axis, so it's really good for undulating terrain, so you can actually switch it about, really depending upon what you're currently operating on. And so for now, I wonder if it's going to be easier to go that way. Yes, we're going to go to the right here. The transmission on this Massey Ferguson is fantastic. It really does just whistle through. It's a great little tool when you're not pulling a big set of rollers up a hill at least. There we go. And what else down here? Don't want to really meet anything on this road when I'm fully laden like this. There's not a lot of room to get out of the way. Okie. Alright, so I'm just going to take this back to the yard here, and then we'll come back to you when we're all pulled up, and we'll see what's going on. I'll be back with you in a minute or two. Okay then guys, so disappointingly I forgot my truck's not here, it's over at the yard. So we are gonna have to go for a little bit of a walk. I'm gonna head up through we're gonna go through field 42. No, we'll go through 41. I think it might be the easiest option, so we'll go around this way. So we're going to have a wander through there. I'm going to have a little bit of a cross-country run at night, and then we'll see you as I'm getting back into the Fent. So I might be a little bit out of breath, but don't worry about me. It's just because I don't do a lot of exercise. Okay, we made it. That's further than you think. It really is. So I have Jamie's parked up the Fent here. There's a little bit of scruffy edges we're going to have to tidy up, so I'm going to finish that off here before we take this beast home, hoping that I've got enough diesel in the tank. I might just about. So we'll pop that down, get this started up here. At this point I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'm going to just crack on with this and get it done, and I want to get back home as quickly as possible. So for now, thank you very much for watching as always. I have been Simulation for the Nation. You've been fantastic once again. If you have liked what you've seen, then don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button for more from me in the future. Until then, stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, but most importantly, happy farming.